Suge tried to destroy my record company with the help of others, Dre. So right now we're getting everything back together and we finna come out, fully loaded.
This story isn't about music beef. This is about murder for hire.
Andre Young paid these guys to me with a personal check. $20,000 here, money there, and they all agreed they was paid to me.
Dr. Dre didn't just leave death row. And if you believe Suge Knight, he tried to end it. According to Suge, Dre tried to end the man.
Got shot 7 times. Same people at Tams tried to. Same thing if the FBI says it's a price on your head, they want to. So when somebody tried to you and you get away, how did I end up in prison?
First attempt was in 2014. Suge Knight was at the pre-VMAs party at One Oak nightclub in LA.
Hundreds of people streaming outside the club called One Oak, gathering on Sunset Boulevard as police surround the building.
Everyone just ran in a panic. Everyone was screaming and running.
3 people were struck by gunfire and hospitalized for treatment, including rap mogul Marion Suge Knight. The event was hosted by R&B singer Chris Brown.
Apparently, some altercation took place inside. Somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting. A person by the name of Suge Knight ended up getting shot.
Suge was shot 7 times. Most people thought it was just random gang violence. But in a sworn declaration filed in court, Suge revealed that Dr. Dre is the one that wants him dead. And unlike the time when Pac and Big died, this is one of the few times where Suge is naming names. And he told the courts that one of the shooters confessed, "I was paid by Dr. Dre. I was there to whack Suge."
And they also got the paper trail with all the proof when they talked to the witnesses, saying that, Dre came to them first and asked the 2 guys how much it cost to get rid of me. And they said, "What you mean by getting rid of him?" And they said, "Kill him."
According to Suge, Dr. Dre has allegedly tried to him more than once. In the 90s, it was actually Dre and Suge who were working together, planning and putting in the work to take out anyone. One of those plans led to Eazy-E getting ambushed by Suge and some serious dudes in a hotel room.
Suge tried to destroy my record company with the help of others, Dre. So right now we're getting everything back together and we finna come out, fully loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. Suge, they tried to bully him. He told us the story. He said that Dre called him, to meet with him to sign over, sign him, get him out the contracts or release him or whatever. But when he get there, Suge was there. So they was in the hotel room. Suge had dudes hiding in the closet under the bed. And when he get up there, Suge locked the door. All these cats come from under the bed and out the closet in the bathroom with guns. You know what I'm saying?
And Dre was in there?
Dre wasn't there.
Oh, Dre wasn't there at all?
Nah, Dre set it up though.
Before there was a Dr. Dre and Suge Knight, it was just Eazy-E and Dr. Dre. These were 2 really close friends.
Okay, so
because E didn't hate Dre. You know what I'm saying? As people try to portray, he didn't. They was friends once.
Yeah, they were really close friends.
Yeah.
Eazy then took him from this guy, Andre Young, who was a member of the group World Class Wrecking Crew, to become this guy, Dr. Dre, the gangster rapper in NWA. But I gotta warn you, there are no good guys in this story. By the early 90s, Dre wanted to leave NWA because of the same reasons that Ice Cube chose to leave. He believed his friend Eazy was being prioritized by the manager while he and the rest of the group were not being treated well financially. And the man he called his friend, his homie, was supposedly okay with him being cheated. His bank account was only getting fatter. Why should he care about one of his day ones? So Dr. Dre decided to leave the label, but his friend wasn't willing to let him out of his contract. Dr. Dre had to do something different. He decided to get some muscle involved. Dr. Dre brought in the boogeyman, Suge Knight.
First time I met Suge Knight was at a restaurant in LA called Palm Restaurant. And I was sitting there eating, nice meal, and all of a sudden these huge guys, looked like a football team, showed up. It was very intimidating to see these guys. They were bigger than my bodyguards, and a bunch of them. And they pretty much grabbed my bodyguard and pulled him out and sat down next to me right there and started, "How you doing?"
Uninvited?
Totally uninvited. I didn't even know him.
See him again?
Sure did. Saw him again a few months later.
Talking publicly about it for the first time, Van Winkle describes a terrifying night in his suite at a Beverly Hills hotel when he says Suge Knight showed up with 6 other men.
Roughed one of my bodyguards up. They roughed everybody else and my whole entourage up. Suge took me out on the balcony, started talking to me personally.
On the balcony.
On the balcony,
High above.
like 15 floors. He had me look over the edge, show me how high I was up there.
You scared?
I needed to wear a diaper on that day. I was very scared.
Everyone knows about the Suge Knight and Vanilla Ice situation. For the people that wanted to work with Suge, that was proof that he could get shit done. So for Dre, he partnered with Suge to get what he wanted. But would you set up the man who helped level up your career? And would you set your friend up with the man who dangled a man off the 15th floor balcony? But remember, there are no good guys in this story. This is what Dre allegedly did. In fact, the only reason why Suge and his men never touched Eazy-E is because they knew it would only cause them some serious problems.
He said that Dre called him, to meet with him to sign over, sign him, get him out the contracts or release him or whatever. But when he get there, Suge was there. So they was in a hotel room. Suge had dudes hiding in the closet under the bed. And when he get up there, Suge locked the door. All these cats come from under the bed and out the closet in the bathroom with guns. You know what I'm saying?
And Dre was in there?
Dre wasn't there.
Oh, Dre wasn't there at all?
Nah. Dre set it up though.
But ultimately, some situations happen, and he gets a release for Dr. Dre and Michelle A.
See, that I watched that movie and stuff like that. I don't think that shit true because Eazy-E had the whole Alondra behind him. And Alondra a little bit was harder than a little Rosecrans back then. You know what I'm saying? He had the Atlantic Drives, the Kelly Park, End Hoods, Southside, Spook Town, just name it.
Okay.
Occasion, the whole Alondra was behind him, so we ain't put a let no Red Rag do Eazy like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was, I think that was the.
Eazy was forced to allow Dre out of his contract, but this was only a setback. In the end, Eazy still outsmarted Dre and Suge. Yes, Dre left the label and they started beefing. They both dissed each other, but Eazy was still making money off of Dre. He was actually making money off Death Row.
Yeah, so when they did it, I guess Eazy was smart, so he didn't put his real signature.
He signed over the contract with a fake signature.
With a fake signature.
And then I'd heard right afterwards he basically filed paperwork
Absolutely.
that said that it was done under duress.
Absolutely.
It was an invalid kind of thing.
And he ended up getting 20% of everything that they put out for the next 6 years, and they couldn't do nothing about it. Anything Dre produced or made over there, yeah, he got paid for it.
Now, how did that work out?
Basically, I had Dre signed as exclusive producer and exclusive artist. So when Dre tried to make his deal over at Interscope, I was included for the next 6 years. So you can say all you want to say. Basically, you could diss me all you want, but I'm going to get paid. Because that's why I say Dre Day is only Eazy's payday.
From here on, it was just Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. And Suge Knight was Dre's manager. And this became one of hip-hop's most profitable partnerships. This was now the Death Row era.
Death Row's in the mother house.
Death Row can be bigger than Motown, or Sony, or Warner Brothers.
Death Row is going to be the biggest record company there is.
The master plan was to take over the world.
Death Row ended up having one of the best runs any label would ever have. Their debut album was The Chronic, which already set the bar so high. But they followed it with Doggy Style, which broke the record for the highest first week sales and was one of the fastest selling albums at the time. You think that things couldn't get better. But then came Tupac and he had all eyes on him. Death Row went back to back to back. 3 classics, all hits, and no misses. But this run only lasted about 4 years. Suge began mixing the music business with the street business. And this is why Dr. Dre reportedly wanted to leave the label. Now, some reports also said that Dre wanted to leave because Suge reportedly began messing with his girl, Michelle A. And by the time he was ready to leave, Dre's relationship with Pac also began to sour.
He's a dope producer, but he ain't working. And I got tired of that. I didn't think we needed that. And he was owning the company too, and he's chilling. I'm out here in the street, whooping his ass, putting it down, dropping the album, doing my... And it's taking 3 years to do one song.
It was the end of another partnership for Dre. Suge, who helped Dre get out of his last contract, did not focus on making it difficult for him to leave Death Row. Instead, he made sure Dre left with nothing.
Dre's departure wasn't a loss. 2 reasons. One of the reasons, it was the greatest thing in the world for me. I mean, if you have a multi-million-dollar company maybe worth $1 billion or so, and you own it 100% and don't have a partner, and you didn't have to give him nothing but his walking papers, that's great. So that wasn't a negative. And Das and all the other little producers, and they did the tracks. Dre wasn't doing the tracks, and Dre didn't write the lyrics, so that wasn't a loss. I mean, Dre didn't do California Love, basically. So that wasn't a loss at all. Tupac is a loss.
Once again, I will remind y'all, there are no good guys in this story. However, this did not stop Dr. Dre from creating another successful record company. His new label, Aftermath Records, became one of the most successful of its era. But on the other end, Pac had unfortunately passed away, Suge was involved in several legal problems, Death Row wasn't the label it once was. Suge Knight definitely wasn't happy that his former partner was now very successful, and this gets worse because Dre now had the best-selling rapper of all time.
The Dre right here. I want to see my friend. Hi. It's my he's my friend. He's really my friend. He's pretending, but that's my friend, Dr. Dre.
How's he doing as a director?
Horrible, but he's still my friend.
He's in a full sentence. It's horrible.
Dre is horrible as a director, but he's still my friend. So that's all that's important here.
That's all that's important. That's actually how I got the job. I mean,
right. He's a bully too. If I don't let him direct, he beats me up. See this bruise? Yeah. The other day, I said, "No, you're not directing." Pow! Right in the arm.
I was just asking Dre how he felt about your performance. How he's standing here. How you feel about it?
The performance was hot.
I'm just an asshole. The performance was good.
The performance was hot. I mean,
anyone from art department?
We'll see.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, dog. Thank you so much, man. I'm just really happy to be here right now. I'm happy to just be included. I'm happy to get shot in a pink room.
Remember, Suge insisted that Dr. Dre leaving Death Row wasn't a loss, but all of a sudden, he now had a problem with M and Dre.
And M had inherited Dr. Dre's beef by signing with Dre. M was now the prodigy of Dr. Dre. Dre left Death Row. Suge didn't like that. Dre getting back on, got this white rapper that's ended up being the best rapper in the Suge had a problem with it. He was like, you know what? That kid need to be with us over at Death Row.
Suge's next move was now allegedly trying to end Dr. Dre's life.
Suge was gonna kill Dre. He was gonna kill him because Tupac was making #1 records, and Dre wasn't producing them. And Pac is getting ready to be done. So you get him out, got a 5-album deal, his first CD, All Eyes on Me, double CD, come back, Machiavelli, break street date, so he back early with that one. That one's #1 selling, and he got 2 others in the studio doing artwork. He done with that, moving to the Outlaws and doing everything else, and you going, well, how do I keep him? Maybe I give him Dre's. I don't know, Jimmy, something might have to happen to Dre.
This time, Suge was crazy enough to make his next move at an award show. At the 2004 Vibe Awards, Dr. Dre was supposed to receive the Vibe Legend Award, but Suge was here to be the party pooper. Suge wasn't even invited to the award show, but the show was happening in Santa Monica within LA County in his city. So he showed up, didn't have no ticket, and walked past the security like they were not there. Remember, this was Suge Knight's city. No one was going to question him on his turf. Not many people would stand up to Suge in LA, and since they were in his city, he probably knew the guys who were at the door. And Suge wasn't only at the show, he found a way to get a seat that was just a few feet behind Dre, just a few feet behind his target. And when Dr. Dre was about to go and receive his award, one of Suge's men, Jimmy James Johnson, walked up to Dr. Dre's table and requested an autograph. James Johnson then punched Dr. Dre, and this led to an all-out brawl. Rather than receiving an award, Dr. Dre was now involved in a fight that could have ended. 50 Cent and G-Unit were also at the show. So when Dre got attacked, they got involved immediately. There was no longer an award show. It was a fight zone with tables and chairs being thrown around. The whole hall was in total chaos. Jimmy Johnson was eventually stabbed by Young Buck. Young Buck wasn't involved when the fight actually started, but when he realized his homeboys were under attack, he picked up a fork, went all in, and stabbed Jimmy Johnson.
Of whatever punch of the guy, whoever walked up and hit Dre or however it went, I just seen Dre doing it. You know what I mean? Going for what he could, you know what I mean, at the time. But I just seen him getting down, you know what I mean, with him all. And I'm looking for 50, you know, I'm trying to find 50 more than anything. Like, with Big Bro, there's so much commotion, bro, that I just said, you know what, this shit, you know what I mean? Let me get out here and get off the stage and get to it with the gang, because that's how shit go. And in the midst, you know what I'm saying, I seen him up having Dre kind of in a position like where Dre was handling this shit, but it's only so much you can do with a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, that's your same size or bigger. And it's 2-3 of these. Shit, man, we done anything that I had to do, you know? And like I say, after whatever went on, man, I had a fork in my hand, you know?
Even after this incident, Dr. Dre eventually walked up on stage and received his award. Dre also continued to succeed in his career, but for Suge, it just didn't get any better. But remember what I keep telling you, there are no good guys in this story. Dre became so successful that he even started doing deals with tech giants such as Apple. During this period, his Beats by Dre headphones had become so successful that Apple wanted to buy them. Back then, Beats by Dre had become one of the brands that shaped pop culture. They were pulling $1 billion in annual revenue, dominated almost 70% of the headphone market in the US, and owned about 25% of the global headphone market's revenue. These were crazy numbers, and this is why Apple was willing to make it their biggest acquisition ever. But there was one problem. Apple didn't want to be associated with Suge Knight. Suge Knight was Dr. Dre's manager, but that ended after Dre left Death Row. But Suge claims that he actually has a lifetime management deal with Dr. Dre, and this makes him entitled to 30% of Dre's entertainment earnings forever. This Apple deal with Dr. Dre was worth $3 billion. And if what Suge says is true, 30% of that $3 billion is $900 million. Suge claims that Dre put out a hit on him so that he could do the Apple deal, and because he didn't want to pay his money. According to Suge, the first attempt Dr. Dre made on his life happened at Chris Brown's pre-VMA party at the One Oak nightclub. He was shot 7 times.
Frantic moments after shots are fired inside a packed West Hollywood nightclub, captured on cell phone video. Hundreds of people streaming outside the club called One Oak, gathering on Sunset Boulevard as police surround the building.
Everyone just ran in a panic. Everyone was screaming and running.
3 people were struck by gunfire and hospitalized for treatment, including rap mogul Marion Suge Knight. The event was hosted by R&B singer Chris Brown.
Apparently, some altercation took place inside. Somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting. A person by the name of Suge Knight ended up getting shot. Was taken to the hospital.
Suge stated that a detective told him that a man known as T-Money was one of the shooters. Suge stated that T-Money told him that Dre paid $50,000 to end Suge's life. According to Suge, there was a $20,000 check from Dre for another hit to get him killed.
When they asked the guy, why did you get a $20,000 check? He said, because he gave me $20,000 to kill Suge Knight. And he told that to more than one guy.
Then there was a separate hit at Tam's Burger. This attack happened in January 2015. Suge Knight went to meet Dre on the set of Straight Outta Compton, but according to Suge, once again, Dre set him up. He was lured into an ambush at Tam's Burger. Then he got into an altercation with Terry Carter and another man named Cleabone Sloan. He eventually ran over both men with his Ford 150 truck. Suge claimed that Dr. Dre and Universal paid $300,000 to these men to end his life. Terry Carter lost his life to this incident while Clee Sloan survived. This incident is one of the reasons why Suge was sentenced to prison for 28 years.
The bottom line is this. That because Suge Knight don't wear a shiny suit and dance in the videos, I'm in prison illegally. I'm kidnapped. If it was anyone else, they'd give me a award and I'd be free. But since that is the other way around,
They can get puppy telling people they want to kill me. They can say they come in with guns to kill me.
And these claims against Dr. Dre making attempts on his life aren't just Suge's word. He filed a lawsuit demanding $300 million, but he couldn't make it stick and there were no criminal charges filed against Dre. In the end, this is why I keep telling y'all, there are no good guys in this story. So it's up to you to choose your heroes and who you want to believe. You had Eazy-E, who allegedly didn't care that his friend Dre wasn't getting paid enough. Then you had Dr. Dre supposedly, allegedly setting Eazy-E up and his new partner Suge Knight wanting him dead. Then Dr. Dre allegedly trying to kill his former partner because of millions and billions of dollars. Fam, it is truly all about the Benjamins. That is why there are no good guys in this story. But who do you think is telling the truth? Let me know. Go down in them comments and let me know what you think about this story. All right? Leave a comment, like it, share it. Hey, subscribe to the page, buy some merch. It's all down there. It's all down there. And I will see you on the next one. Peace and blessings.